Sean, you got it going, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Our Father who art in heaven,
Our Father who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread,
Give us this day our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts
and forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from
For
evil.
thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
In Jesus' name,
In Jesus' name,
amen.
amen.
All right, everybody. Peace to everybody. Peace.
So, we got any questions in the house before I get to the first one that I do have? Any Bible study questions? Any questions related to the lesson from today or anything of that nature? All right, so a question came.
And Romans 3 and 10.
All right. Yep, Romans 3 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Is this what they quoted from in Psalms 14? That's
Oh,
Yes.
Psalm 14?
Yeah.
Let me get there and tell you. I know they quoted from, but I don't know if that's exactly where. But we read Psalm 14 in the
14.
lesson today too?
No. It is.
no.
Where you says, you said Romans 3 and 10? When it says, as it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
Psalms 14, is that talking about those people when it says that?
No, that's talking about none, period. Though.
Right.
But it says the same thing there, but it also says that. Y'all brought it out.
Yeah, I can't hear y'all. I started Bible study, so. What you was, now you saying what now?
Right? So in Psalms 14,
Yeah.
you're speaking about,
Yeah, Psalm 14, that's what I got on my paper.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to Psalm 14. Because I know what you, when I say I know what you're doing, like when I say I know what you're doing, like I know what you on, because I was on the same thing. That's why I used Romans in the lesson
right?
instead of using Psalm, because Psalm go different. But we'll read the Psalm and then we'll jump over to the Romans. Romans chapter 14. Because that's what I wanted to use. I like to use the Old Testament over New Testament in the lesson if it's in both spots. But when I read it out of Psalms, I was like, yeah, we best serve getting there. So we'll just look at both of them and understand them. So Psalm 14, pick it up at verse 1.
The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doth good.
Yep. See, it was like right there, when he said there's none that do good, I really take that as an absolute
Right.
based off of how Paul breaks it back down. But like the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. I don't even know if he is singling out anybody. He just saying anybody that says that there is no God is a fool. I look at it more from that perspective. There is none that do good. So that's why I take that as an absolute too. Like ain't nobody that's doing good. Go ahead.
Right. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek God.
See, same concept as verse 2.
Right.
Like the Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and see God. Just like he said, they have done abominable. There is none that do good. Like really, you could say, like, when he said Noah was perfect in his generation, you could be like, well, wouldn't you include Noah? But then you can also say, like, he said that's man. Like, Noah's perfect in his generation. Job is perfect, you know what I'm saying? But that's man, though. Like, when God is the judge of it all, he like, nah, ain't none of y'all righteous. You know what I'm saying? I can charge Job and I can charge Noah. You know what I'm saying? I'm declaring it. So when he's saying it, he like, ain't nobody righteous. You know what I'm saying? But if he tell you somebody righteous, then that's what he imputing righteousness on. You follow what I'm saying? But go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 3. They are all gone aside. They are
man, period.
Yep. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doth good. No, not one.
Uh-huh.
Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Who eat up my people as they eat bread? and call not upon the Lord?
Go ahead.
Were they in great fear, for God is in the generation of the righteous.
Mm-hmm.
Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord is his refuge. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion, when the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people. Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad.
That's good. All right, let's go over to this Romans. What is that, Romans 3?
Romans 3, verse 10.
All right, so started at like verse 1.
All right. What advantage then had the Jew?
So he talking to the Romans here, and he like, well, what is the advantage of the Jew? Because prior, he was like, verse 29, he was like, but he is a Jew who is one inwardly, and the circumcision is that of the heart, and in the spirit, and not of the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of God. I don't know why that don't sound right. That was right.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah, it's right. It's right.
Okay.
It's right.
It just sounded like it was a word wrong. I don't trust this Bible.
No,
so anyway, he said
It was good. I was like, what are you talking about?
he say so then he say, but you know, he basically right there, that's like eliminating Israel. Like when he say, you know, the circumcision, you know, but he is a Jew which is one inwardly. So it's like if you saying inwardly, well, a Jew technically is somebody outwardly, a particular color or nationality. So in Romans, it's like, yo, you done eliminated to right now, so far, in verse 29, you done eliminated Israel. So then the next statement is, what advantage then have the Jew? Or what profit is the circumcision? Because he mentioned both of them. Much every way, chiefly because unto them were committed the oracles of God. Notice too, he said unto them, because Israel is not Rome. And he's not talking to Israelites. You know how people be trying to play that game like, oh, yeah, they talking to Israelites that's in Rome. Not if you calling them a them. So he said, what advantage then have the Jew? Or what profit is the circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because unto them were committed the oracles of God. Go ahead.
For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
Go ahead.
God forbid.
God forbid. Meaning, he said, what if some of them didn't believe? Some Israelites didn't believe. Does that make the faith of God of non-effect? He's like, no, God's faith's going to still stand, even Israel don't believe. Go ahead.
Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar.
Yes.
As it is written, that thou mayest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Excuse me. But if our righteousness commend the righteousness of God,
our unrighteousness,
commend the righteousness of God, what shall we say? Is God unrighteous, who taketh vengeance? I speak as a man.
Go ahead.
God forbid. For then how shall God judge the world? For if the truth of God hath more abounded through my lie unto his glory, why yet am I also judged as a sinner? And not rather as we be slanderously reported, and as some affirm that we say, let us do evil that good may come, whose damnation is just.
Go ahead.
What then? Are we better than they?
So now the question he's saying, so what? Are we better than they? Go ahead.
No, in no wise. For we have before proved both Jews and Gentiles that they are all under sin.
So he's saying like, nah, like y'all ain't, nobody's better.
Right.
In Romans, Gentile, black, white, I don't care what you is. One ain't better than the other. He said, because we done proved that they both under sin. Go ahead.
Right. As it is written.
So now he's saying this is how we proving that they both under sin, because it's written in Psalm. How is it written, bro?
There is none righteous, no, not one.
That's what we was reading. So Paul, the thing I learned about going to the Old Testament and coming to the New Testament is going to help us understand the Old. So this is what was being really said in the Old, that there's none righteous. You know what I'm saying? Even though it could have made it seem like he was talking about the fool. You know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, there's none righteous. Go ahead.
Right. There is none that understandeth. There is none that seeketh after God. They are all going out of the way. They are together become unprofitable. There is none that doth good. No, not one. Their throat is an open sepulchre.
He start quoting like this verse 13. He quoting something else here. I don't think this was in.
Yeah, it wasn't.
That's Psalm 14. He's starting to pick up. Let me see.
Psalms 5.
Is it okay? I have to look. I have to look. What you cheating your Bible
5 and 9. Yeah.
But did you look though?
Let's
see, it might be wrong. That's why I said. Yeah. See, mine tell me too, but I'm gonna look first before I Psalm 5 and
It
9,
should
for
be.
there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre.
Yeah.
They flatter with their tongue. All right, so that's what it said right there.
Yeah. 5 and 9.
Yeah, so like now,
They got it right.
so he put them both together. He put the 14 and the 5 together to show, like, the Jew and the Gentile, and y'all ain't no different. Black or white, it don't matter. Everybody got to get salvation, period. Like, this the scripture right here that don't nobody want to pay no attention to when they want to say Israel gets saved and not. I don't even understand how somebody thinks that their mind that white people can't get salvation.
Yeah.
That is like so we can't, so if that's the case, we can manipulate the system. So since we know white people can't get salvation, then why don't we, you know what I'm saying, eliminate the white race then? Tell them that, hey, we need to eliminate y'all, you know, and I don't mean eliminate by kill, I mean like, shoot, just have all y'all turn black then. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, that's a stupid thought process. That a nation, you might be like, well, the Lord say, Edom don't get salvation. Like, you might want to read that again.
Yeah, you might, yeah.
What he say is they don't get an inheritance.
Right.
They don't get a land, which makes plenty sense. Since what was promised to Abraham was from the Nile River to the Euphrates River, which includes their land. But it doesn't say that they don't get salvation. Anybody can get salvation.
That's right.
As long as you do what Abraham did. That's
right.
what is being taught here. So he says, verse 9 again, what then? Are we better than they? No. In no, in no wise. For we have before approved both Jews and,
And Gentile, right?
oh, mine said Greeks. That they are all under sin. As it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one. Written in Psalm. There is Psalm 14, like you asked. There is none that understanding. There is none that seeketh after God. They are all gone out of the way. They are together become unprofitable. There is none. There is, oh, wait a minute. I just did your move. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Their throat, now he's going to quote that Psalm, what we said, 5?
5, yeah.
Their throat is an open sepulchre, meaning the words that come out their mouth is evil.
Death, right?
Yeah, death, exactly. With their tongues, they have used deceit. The poison of the asp is under their lips, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. Their feet are swift to shed blood. I don't know if he's still quoting this, though.
Nah, that's
I
Psalm,
think he just
Psalms
quoted
10.
that one piece right there. Destruction and misery are in there. Nah, it seems like he's still quoting.
Nah, it says Psalms 10 with me.
Oh, he quotes Psalm 10 here?
Whose mouth is full of cursing
Yeah.
and bitterness. That's Psalms 10 and 7.
That's Psalm 10. Okay, Psalm 10. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Destruction and misery are in their way, and the way of peace have they not known. There is no fear of God before their eyes. Talking about man. Period.
Yeah.
Now we know that whatsoever thing the law saith, is said to them who are under the law, that every mouth may be stopped.
Yeah.
And all the world may become guilty before God.
Yeah.
Like that's what he's saying. Ain't nobody righteous. So he say, well, you know whatever the law say, it say, what he say? He say, you know whatever the law say, it said to them that are under the law. Well, he telling you everybody under the law. You know what I'm saying? All man is, not just the Jew or the Gentile.
Right.
Go ahead, what you say? Oh, yeah, yep. Then he says, verse 19 again. Now we know that whatsoever things the law saith, it said to them that are under the law, that every mouth may be stopped, and all the world may become guilty before God. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there should no flesh be justified in his sight.
Man, that's
For
tough.
by the law is the knowledge of sin. So
Yeah.
we're talking about, who was I talking to? You?
Yeah.
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 So, but you get it though? Like, because Paul is trying to show that, see, at the end of the day, when he's talking to the Romans, they don't know nothing. Make it so bad, when I say they don't know nothing, we talking about some days' journey. Y'all don't even get a newsletter about what's happening in Jerusalem. Yet you got somebody coming up in here telling you about Israel, their God, you know what I'm saying, blah, which really is probably what hold the weight, is that, Israel got some history being in the land, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Paul trying to tell them like, well, look, man, get your faith, salvation in Jesus, blah, blah, this. But they can't deny you that because they ain't right either.
Right.
But then he tell you, Romans 11, he say, look, don't boast yourself against the natural branches. Like he talking to him, he like, yo, don't get beside yourself. They still the apple of his eye, whatever. It's just that their job was supposed to teach you the gospel. And since that ain't what you did, they fell off. They weren't put in captivity. So now you can get it now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they weren't giving it to you. But it ain't to say that they not going to keep it. Like, that's how he rocking throughout, Romans, in the book of Romans. So he's just talking to the Romans. He explaining what their faith need to be. Really he breaking down, like, everything he needs to tell them before he leave. Let's just say before he leave, even though it's a letter. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me give you, this is everything you need to know. And that's what he gave him. So he was just saying, nobody's righteous. Not the Jew, not the Gentile, none. Yeah. But the Psalm 10, he quoted it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just leave it like, because sometimes they'll quote out the Old Testament and I'll be like, that was random. But I'm just going to take it like they got better understanding than me.
Yeah.
Because it's going to make sense when I take what they're doing and apply it, or when I go back. Because anytime I see something in the New Testament, I'm going to go back to the Old. And so what happens is now I get a better idea of what made you pull it. And sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I'll be like, I don't really get why you just randomly pulled that scripture. But okay. Most of the time I do, but sometimes I just be like, okay, we'll wait, because it'll come later. Mm-hmm. So that's the answer to that? Okay, cool. Any more questions or comments? In-house. You got anything?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so we got one question that came to me during the course of the week. And it's a subject that we've been dealing with for, some years now. And we're just going to clear the air again, and it's about divorce. And the question is, can men and women get a divorce? Now, let's go to the book real quick. Let's look at Matthew first. Matthew chapter 20, I guess. I don't know, man. This is not my Bible. Man,
You gonna start at? You want to go there, or you want to go to 5?
I'm gonna start at 20. I
All
think
right,
if that's where he say it wasn't so from the beginning. Is that where that's at?
Yeah. 19.
Chapter 19.
19, yeah.
All right, thank you. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna start here. The question is, biblically, like, because we're gonna find in the Bible where it say that a woman can divorce a man. Like, when I say that, it addresses that issue. Like, it addresses. Now you got to understand, when Jesus come on the scene, we under Roman rule, same as today. We under Roman rule today. So, yeah, we can address the issue of, can a woman divorce the man? But meaning that because our society allow it so. But the Bible don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Bible does not allow a woman to divorce a man. So now the question is, can a man divorce his wife? Because the Bible, here's the thing about the Bible. I hate to say it, but it's almost, God is a man. God said he made the woman for the man.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's not the other way around. So it is a very male-dominated book. It is. Now, the Bible also says that the man is the woman's covering. So she get away with stuff that he ain't gonna get away with.
Right.
Like for example, Garden of Eden. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got away with doing something that if Adam would have did, he probably would have got killed on the spot. You know what I'm saying? Whereas it was like, she came back, then next thing you know, the Lord, he was like, you know what, man, y'all a mess. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, he's like, y'all just a mess. I can't deal. This is how the punishment's gonna go down. So I'm saying it's all fairness, but the reality is a marriage between a man and a woman, like when you go back into the book of Genesis and you look at Jacob and how Laban got him to sleep with Leah first and then Raquel, right? So he was like, because it is our custom. He the law. One man who gave away his daughter to another man. Leah ain't had nothing. I think Leah probably knew. I mean,
They knew their custom, son.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think she probably do, but at the end of the day, she wasn't in control of the decision. That was all dead. Like, when she woke up that morning, she probably was like, you need to probably holler at my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, he woke up like, he was heated.
He was hot.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, marriages take place between two men, not as in two gay men, but as in the contract or the agreement is a man and a woman's father. So the woman ain't even included in that. So now when we start talking of divorce, we start talking about divorce. The purpose of a bill of divorce is so that we're gonna get there and read it. But if by chance I put my wife away, we're gonna read why. If I put her away and she wants to remarry because she's not mine, then we're gonna read it though. There was a bill of divorcement, so that she would have to prove she ain't my wife no more. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It's like she got to prove I'm not married to JD no more, because everybody else know that she married to JD. You know what I'm saying? Or I could even come and be like, bro, that's my wife. You know what I'm saying? And then
So you get killed for that, right?
Huh? Yeah.
You get killed for that.
Right. So you need you need paper. So the paper is for the woman to be able to say, I'm no longer married. All right. Now, Matthew chapter 19, pick it up at verse 1.
All right. It came to pass that when Jesus had finished these sayings, he departed from Galilee and came unto the coast of Judea beyond Jordan. And great multitudes followed him, and he healed them there. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause?
Right. So is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? That's what it said, every, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. That means every cause. Whatever reason I decide. Because see, here's the cat. Well, we'll get there in a minute. Go ahead. Keep reading.
Verse 4. And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that which made them, that he which made them at the beginning, made them male and female, and said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh.
Yes.
Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let no man put asunder.
End of discussion. What God put together is never supposed to be severed. All right. Now, keep reading.
7. They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement?
So they was like, well, how come Moses said give her a right of divorcement and do what?
And put her away.
Right. And so these people will know writing the divorcement and putting away, it's the same thing.
Thank
you. I'm writing a written bill of divorcement to put her away.
Right.
Like, that's what it is. Like, I'm not, when you putting somebody away, that's not the, it's like, that's not, the divorce is the bill. You know what I'm saying? It's the putting them away is just putting them away. But the divorce, the separation is the actual bill. Meaning, it's not done until I hand you the bill. So if I say, yo, man, I don't want to be with you no more. You know what I'm saying? Or if I put you away. Let's just say I put you into, like, I'm like, yo, I'm not like David did with his wife. Like, he ain't sleep with them no more. Right. But they not divorced until he give them a bill of, he wasn't never going to do that. But he has to hand them a bill of divorcement so they can walk around and say, okay, I am put away from my husband. I'm free to be somebody else.
Right.
Here go the paper that's showing. All right. So again, because the whole act is putting away. You putting this woman away. So he says, they say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away? He gonna explain. Go ahead.
He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your heart, suffered you to put away your wives.
Yeah.
But from the beginning, it was not so.
He said Moses said this because of how y'all be acting, the hardness of your heart, meaning you ain't got no room for forgiveness. That's what he really saying. But keep reading.
And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery.
So then he upped the ante on me. He say, so if I put away my wife and go marry another, then I'm committing adultery. And we're going to explain that later, because the reality is I'm putting her in a position where she going to commit adultery.
Right.
That's the key to it all. No more, no less. It's just a simple fact that, okay, because I could be like, well, I'm going to put you away, and then you going to sleep with another man, so you an adulterer.
He calls somebody else to sin.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you caused me to be an adulteress. So we both guilty. So it doesn't take, it does, so what it's doing is, it puts the responsibility back on the man. We ain't divorced. You see what I'm saying? If I could put my wife away, not saying I would, but if I could put my wife away and there was no penalty behind it, if she goes and get with somebody else, then it'd be like, oh, okay, well, cool. I'm not in trouble. That's on you. You see what I'm saying? But like, nah, it's on both of us. It's on me though.
Right.
It ain't even on both of us. Again, it says,
Verse 9.
it says, and I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his husband, except that you see that?
No,
You know what I'm saying?
no.
It say wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whosoever married her that is put away, doeth commit adultery. So at the end of the day, that's writing in red. That's what Jesus say. Now, let's go to this let's go to this Old Testament. We'll come back to the New. Let's go to Deuteronomy. What we gonna do? 22? 24? Okay.
24 and 1.
I had to turn now. Yeah, there we go. 24. Deuteronomy chapter 24 and I'm just reading something else right now. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna start this Deuteronomy 24 and 1. And when you get there, go ahead and read.
When a man taketh a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he had found some uncleanness in her.
Stop.
Yeah.
That is a very okay. So look, we're gonna do this easy. Where my phone at? See if I can't find. Cause I did this one day, and I guess I should have wrote in my Bible what uncleanliness is, and then I would just be turning to it. But then since I don't have my Bible, it don't matter. Because when you start looking at that, when you say uncleanliness, that could be like left to interpretation, right? But it ain't though. And I think it's us that's been tripping.
Good.
But it's not left to interpretation. So
Right.
one day I
Make it
came
plain.
across it. So let's see, unclean. I'm gonna see if I can find what I came across that day. I don't even remember what it said. I just knew the term was in there. All right. What's up, uncleanness? I don't even think it was in Leviticus. It seemed like it was in Psalms or something. We're gonna see though. Thou should not approach as long as she put up. Let me see. Well, just keep reading. I'm gonna look for it. Start
Okay.
at that one again.
Yes. When a man taketh a wife, have taken a wife, and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he have found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her.
Now I know what it was. All right, so let's go to Numbers 5. Yeah, now I knew how I found it. Because we was looking at something else. That's what it was. And the reason why I ain't write it down is because I knew I would be able to find it the same way I found it. Numbers 5 and 9. Well, we're going to start at 15. Numbers 5 and 15. So look, that uncleanliness. Now, what I'm trying to show y'all is I found this. That's the best way to look at it. Meaning, because you might say that, my wife is in the backyard serving Buddha. That's unclean to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can get real weird with all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Raquel left out her daddy house with idols. Like, stop playing. Like, if she in the backyard serving Buddha, but she come in and cook your food, stop. That ain't no reason to put her away. It's just not. Like, God gave you that woman. Now, if she still want to eat pork, you might have a reason not to want to kiss her. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have that problem. But what I'm saying is, but at the end of the day, we be looking at uncleanliness like it's too random, but it's not. And so I was reading this not too long ago. Numbers, pick it up at 5 and started at verse 15.
15.
Yeah.
Then shall the man bring his wife unto the
So
priest.
this is when the man get the spirit of jealousy about his old lady. He think his lady been out there playing around, so he take her to the priest, and it's a ceremony that could take place that's going to cause her belly to swell and her thigh to rot. Let me explain something to y'all. She gonna stink. Like man, look, she gonna stink like it's a whole purpose to that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talking about your thigh to rot. Like, understand on a woman, I watched this movie, Whoopi Goldberg, right? I was a little kid. And she was like the housemaid or something. And she had a little white boy she was taking care of. I can't remember the name of the movie. I just don't remember. But I do remember the movie. And I remember he was like rubbing her leg or something. And as quick as he touched above her knee, she like popped, like, nah. Like when you start talking about a woman's thigh, you pretty much, that's a private area. Especially prior. Like when I say prior, like ages ago. Like now, you know, women they be cut the wrong way, bro. But it was a time when that thigh, the whole thigh was like sacred. Like you know what I'm saying? You don't get to touch it, you don't get to see it, like none of that. Okay, so for your thigh to rot, you know what I mean? Like that's making a statement about you, your stinking self. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what that is. Like the Lord got a nice way of punishing this woman if she gonna go cheat on her husband, because you gotta understand that God is trying to eliminate all the confusion. Like there is no, it's a conversation I'd rather have off record. But really as a man and a woman, like this woman ain't supposed to know no other man than the man she knows.
That's right.
Like period point.
That's
so
right.
therefore it ain't no competition. It ain't no, like see the world done got us all like crazy to them. Like I'm putting it to you like this. This gonna sound adultish, but a woman shouldn't know whether you big or small. You just hers.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like for her to even have that idea that's a part of this new age vanity. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it's just supposed to be it. Like it's supposed to be as good as y'all two. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be absolutely fine. 2 dogs can do it and it's absolutely fine. 2 fishes can do it. It's good, but I'm saying it's not supposed to be like
Vanity, like
like you the best. Like all that is vanity.
Right.
That's crazy. It's what it is. All right. So that's the thing. When the Lord set it up, He like, man, one woman for this man. You know what I'm saying? Like she don't need to be all out here acting crazy. Go ahead. What verse?
15.
Mm-hmm.
Then shall the man bring his wife unto the priest, and he shall bring her offering for her. The 10th part of an ephod of barley meal.
Yes.
He shall pour no oil upon it,
Yes.
nor put frankincense thereon.
Yep.
For it is an offering of jealousy,
Right.
an offering of a memorial, bringing iniquity to remembrance.
Uh-huh.
And the priest shall bring her near and set her before the Lord.
Yep.
And the priest shall take holy water in an earthen vessel of the dust that is in the floor of the tabernacle. The priest shall take.
So he about to make up a little mud, dust and water, holy water, holy dirt. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
And put it into the water.
Yep.
The priest shall set the woman before the Lord and uncover the woman's head.
Uh-huh.
And put the offering of memorial in her hand, which is the jealousy offering. And the priest shall have in his hand the bitter water that causes the curse.
Keep reading.
And the priest shall charge her by an oath, and say unto the woman,
Pay attention, y'all.
if no man have lain with thee, and if thou hast not gone aside to uncleanness
Yeah.
with an other instead of thy husband.
Look, man, that's pretty clear to me that he's talking about when he say for uncleanness, that he's talking about you out there doing something you ain't got no business doing. Now, when I say no business doing, I don't just mean, it don't necessarily just have to be relations either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like I said, if I walk in on my
Man.
wife and she on her knees, that's a problem with me.
Right.
We didn't have
Man.
relations. Like, man, okay, you might as well have had relations.
Yeah, you might as well finish the job. Huh?
You might like y'all have at it. You know what I mean? It might not even be that simple. But I'm just saying, y'all done already got started. Go ahead and put the rooty to the tootie then. If that's what you got, you know what I mean? So again, though, uncleanliness. That's why the Lord said instead of adultery, He said except for fornication. All right, but let's go back to Numbers, though. I mean, Deuteronomy.
Hey, Hebrew, it say too. It say if
Go ahead.
no man have lain with thee,
Yeah.
and if thou hast not gone aside to uncleanness
Yep.
with another instead of thy husband.
Right.
'Cause it says, because you become unclean when you have the sexual act with your husband anyway, right?
Right.
But that's why it just got me since been unclean with another
Other than your
instead
husband.
of your husband.
Right.
You become unclean with your husband.
Right.
That's also that's
Yeah.
other uncleanness.
Yes. Right. So again,
Man,
though,
yeah, it makes
again,
sense.
just making
That
sure
makes
we
sense.
all understand
Yeah.
that it's not when he say that for uncleanness, I put it to you like this. I was left for interpretation for years on what is that unclean.
Yeah.
Nobody had a clear. Then one day I was just reading this, I'm like, sound to me like, because it never made sense that it could just be, she a bitch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
got
no.
something to yourself.
That ain't, and when I say that, because after a while, I could just start coming up with reasons. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be a problem, and we're going to be done stole all our wives and got another one within 20 years. anytime I got pissed off at her, just brick her. I'm just gonna go outside, yo, Dave, Stan, Ira, hey man, she in there doing voodoo, just brick her. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't New Jack City. We don't cancel them by another. You gotta keep them. That's what it is. So let's go to back to the Deuteronomy.
Yes, sir. Numbers 5. Man, that's. Praise
Yeah, I
God.
knew it was in there somewhere. I just had to
Praise
find.
the
I
Lord.
knew I read it somewhere, but yeah, that was it. But go ahead. But I knew how to find it too. Just Google uncleanliness, because that was the word. But go ahead, Deuteronomy 24. And start at 1.
All right. When a man have taken a wife and marry her, and it's come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he have found some uncleanness in her.
Right. So now when you say he done found some uncleanliness in her, we talking about something dealing sexual.
Yeah.
She done did something she ain't had no business doing sexually.
Jesus said, right?
Huh?
What Jesus said.
Right. Basically, we talking fornication. Right. Yeah. When I say absolutely, that's I want you to do what you did. Meaning, I don't want to see. I'm not trying to put the words into it because it just all say what it say. So I'm gonna say what it say. But the reality is, yes, what Jesus said. So this uncleanliness right here is really just talking about fornication. But go ahead, keep reading.
Yes. Then let him write her a bill of divorce.
Now, so if my wife is committing fornication, now I can go write a bill of divorce. Go ahead, because I don't want her no more in that case. That's what I'm saying. And you ain't got to be that way either. I know the brother, his wife cheated on him, and he was like, nope, I want her back. Didn't end well, but he still said, I want her back. He meant it, too. Like, when I say he meant it, we was at the club that night, sitting at the bar. I'm all gung-ho with, you know what I'm saying? We gonna cancel her, bro. Like, we got, hey, you get to be the first one that can legally say it. You know what I'm saying? You can go and put her away if that's what you want to do. He like, nah, JD. I'm like, what you mean, nah? Like, dude, your homies up here giving you your out. Like, nah, man, I want to keep. I'm like, then I'm gonna support you with that too. See, that's the real issue, is that we as men, we got so much ego that we can't take it. And hey, look, it's wrong. Like when I say it's wrong, it's confusion. It is never meant to be. So that's why he got, it's never meant to be, but that's why he got this ruler out. So you say, well, who get that position? Because we killing the adulterer and adulteress. I say, but it ain't all. What about with the woman who came up on Jesus? Where was the man? It ain't always like that. Just like the story we just saw, where in Numbers, where the woman, he thought he was jealous over her. So if he's jealous, that means he just got her. So after it's all said and done, what we gonna do with this woman? We not gonna stone her now. We can't do that. We ain't even got the dude. So okay, he gonna write her a bill of divorcement. You see what I'm saying? We giving. It ain't just randomly we giving out bill of divorcements. It's like, yo, we got reason here. But go ahead, keep reading.
Man, that was deep. All right. Verse 2. No, middle of verse 1. Let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hands and send her out of his house.
Now the bill of divorcement belongs to her now. Don't belong to him.
She got proof.
Right, that's the whole point. I don't need a bill of divorcement. I don't need anything to show anybody I'm divorced. I don't need a piece of paper if I want to marry 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. I mean, I'm not saying, we talking David. How about that? He the king. He didn't need to show,
Joint, yeah.
he didn't need to show,
Macau.
right. He didn't need to show Macau. No, he didn't need to show, what's the chick he married when he,
Saul's doing it. Macau, right?
no, after that, with Uriah's wife. No, not Uriah's wife. The Abigail. Ain't that the one who's married to Nabal?
Yeah.
Man, David, you got a bunch of wives, bro. I can't keep up with him. So when he went to marry Nabal, when he went to marry Abigail, he didn't have to go and hand nobody I don't need a bill of divorcement. I don't need, you know what I'm saying? What do he need one for? He got more than one wife. On the flip side, Abigail don't need one because her husband dead.
Yeah.
Right, you see what I'm saying? She don't need proof. And if you notice that if you a priest, you can't, it don't matter if somebody got proof or not. You can't lie down with that woman.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense too. Makes a lot of sense. Because you gotta understand, and I'm sorry, ladies, brothers, we the problem. But ladies, it ain't supposed to ever been but just one.
That's right.
That was the only thing you were supposed to ever know and or experience. Like I don't care what they tell you on TV. I don't care how they play this game. You know, like you want to test and see, make sure everything good. No, ain't none of that. But if you would have stayed with your daddy till it was time to get married, then he would have been the best you ever had. Cause that would have been all you ever had.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all that would have mattered. You know what I mean? Like nothing. And then we ain't looking at nakedness. So I don't know. If I'm a woman, for all I know, everybody 2 inches. You understand what I'm saying? Not to sound vulgar. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying you're not supposed to know.
Yeah, till the day up, like consummation.
Yeah, I'm
Right?
saying that's it. Just you.
Consummation.
No, as a woman, you ain't supposed to know nobody but maybe your little brother. You know what I'm saying? Because you might have helped bathe her. I'm sure Miriam might have seen Moses at some point. But how long ago was that, though? She ain't seen him grown. You understand? So I'm just trying to. I just want us to understand what the real plan of God was. So therefore, ain't no divorce. That ain't even a question. That ain't even a thought process when you understand the union that's created. Let me tell you something. He tell you in Corinthians, he say that you made yourself one with a harlot. And he's talking about entering into the kingdom of heaven. So basically, he looking at that union of marriage or that union of coming together. It's an eternal bond. It's running you all the way. That's why I understand why these women be like, you have taken the spirits of everybody that you ever slept with. Anybody ever seen that? Yeah, they be saying that.
Yeah,
but I get it, though.
yeah.
But when I say I get it, it's because really, it ain't supposed to be but you in one, like just you in one. It ain't supposed to be you and, you my ninth, but I'm not very experienced. All right, keep reading, though.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, hey, look, man, I know it's an adult conversation, but the kids halfway listening, and you sitting there with yours, so you can figure out what to tell them later. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta keep it 100, though. You know what I mean? Like it's real. It's not. I'll tell them. If you wasn't here, I'll tell them, bro. You ain't supposed to have a one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she need to be a virgin herself and be good. You know what I'm saying? Whether you here or not. So I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, I'm doing the best I can because I know this is supposed to be a kid-friendly show. You know what I mean?
These kids doing body counts in school.
Yeah, I know, right? But not these kids and not my kids. That's what I'm saying. But maybe that's why our kids ain't doing that, because we hold real conversations. Maybe that's why. You know what I mean?
Verse 2.
Yep.
When she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife.
See, that's the objective. See, she may go and do what? Be another man's wife. That's why she needs the bill of divorcement. So if a brother is asking me, I'm gonna look at him like he's stupid. Like, bro, what are you doing? We don't give out divorces. Like, that ain't what the Lord say. God said, what God put together, let no man put asunder. Well, how you know God put us together? You lie down. Right? You and the angels was all in that room together, bro. You know what I'm saying? So what you mean? Yeah, it was you and God. Y'all figured that one out together, but what God put together, let no man put asunder. That's the rules to the game.
Right.
So with all that being said, I can't grant, brother, what you need a bill of divorcement for? And as a woman, it's showing you right here, so you could go and be another. So husband, wife beefing. As a woman, you can't get I'm not going to help get your bill of divorcement. What I'm going to say is, y'all need to figure this out. Then I'm going to ask you 100. What you trying to do anyway? Because we're going to read later that once you are divorced, you ain't supposed to remarry anyway. I think we read that already once, but we'll read it again. So therefore, what you need a bill of divorcement for? You setting yourself up for failure, no? Because now you setting yourself to be solo dolo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you setting yourself. Look here, ladies. If you don't want the man, don't lay with the man. And that's for anybody watching online, whatever. If you don't want this man as your husband, then the rule is, otherwise, all I'm going to say is you're going to have to deal with God on it. Because people are going to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see people do all kind of stuff. They live through it so far. See, here's the thing that people don't comprehend with God. You could do something with God, like Saul. Saul went, and today we talked about it. Saul went and didn't kill King Agar, whatever his name was, the Amalekites, right? He lived the rest of his days, though. He didn't think he was tripping. He was still calling on God in the ear, right? He was still. So what I'm saying is, you can live the rest of your days. You ain't gonna think you tripping. But when you being disobedient, it's gonna be repercussions for that. Bottom line. Just saying. Keep reading. Where we at?
We have verse 3.
Yep.
And if the latter husband hate her and write a bill of divorcement.
You see how he threw that out there? It said that the latter husband hates her. That first husband, he hate her. That's what make her. See, that's what I'm saying. It ain't just about. Oh, well, you know this that. It's hatred. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to do this. You don't have to write it. Go ahead.
Right. And if the latter husband hate her and write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand,
yes,
and send her out of his house,
yes,
or if the latter husband die,
right,
which took her to be his wife,
right,
her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife.
So once I give out that bill of divorcement, it's a wrap. I mean, now look, if she don't ever give it nobody else, you know what I mean, then hey, they ain't really talking about that. But then why did you need the bill of divorcement to start with? You know what I'm saying? So you wanted the bill of divorcement so that you can go and be another man's wife. So he like, well, then you can't come back.
Yeah,
you know, this is what you know what I mean. At
the end, that choice.
Yeah, like that,
right.
like that's over with because that's too much confusion.
Right.
You know, that's too. It's just like situations we got going on. That junk is crazy to me. It is no reason why. There's no reason why we share anything on that note around here. Like there's a zero to that. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being dead serious, and if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But like, hey, if that's your girl, right, and she don't want to be with you no more, I'm single, whatever. But in this case, dude wasn't even single. But hey, you know, I'm single, whatever. Bro, that's yours. Like you done already been in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sound. I know it sounds vulgar, but I'm just telling you, it's like it's like I can't like it's a zero. It's a zero. Like it's because it's confusion. Now here you go. Now I'm learning your dark little secrets, right? Because we pillow talking. Right. You dig what I'm saying? I know all your vulnerabilities, all that BS. You dig what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's confusion, it's madness. It's adultery. That's what it is. It's one of the top 10. It's one that'll send you to the lake of fire. It's adultery. I'm talking about, so when she put away, leave her alone. Especially around here, like, just leave her alone. We're going to read some more, we're going to get some more clarity. We ain't going to leave it all at that. What verse?
Verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. After that she is defiled. For that is an abomination before the Lord. And thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
When a man have taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war, neither shall he be charged with any business.
Yeah.
But he shall be free at home 1 year, and shall cheer up his wife which he have taken.
Cheer up. That's a new one. I'm gonna start using. Cheer you up, babe. Go ahead. Keep reading.
No man shall take the nether or upper millstone to
All right,
play.
that's good. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5 now. Matthew chapter 5.
They even do that today about in the military. If they got married, they're allowed to stay home for a year.
I don't think so. I think they gotta go to work.
I think they gotta go.
I think they gotta go to work.
That's what I thought. That is.
Yeah, God got good rules.
God,
though.
he got very good rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he say stay home and cheer your old lady up, man.
You can speak with my wife, you gonna take it.
I think if you would have kept reading, even if you had like got a new house, you got a new house or planted a vineyard or something to that effect. You know what I'm saying? He said, don't even go, like because the Lord wants you to experience like true freedom and what real happiness is. You know what I mean? So that part of the curse, even asking for another king, the Lord told Saul, like, hey, listen, guess what he's going to tell him? Go ahead, tell him what the king's going to require him. He's going to take your daughters, your lands, give it to him, give him the best of everything. You know what I mean? You're not even going to be able to have time with your own wife and everything like that, and even enjoy the fruits of your labor, so to speak, or even your inheritance when you got to do that. So all that comes into play.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Talking about I don't want to go home. But you know what? That was gonna be dirty anyway. So you do go home. you cheer up your wife. You know, you're right. And he a Hittite. So I'm assume he don't look like the rest of us, right?
Right.
So when Baby David come out,
That boy in
he ain't gonna look like you right, you know. Like it was gonna be an ugly mess anyway.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't know what dates.
Yeah.
You know what? This is what happened when you start sinning.
Yeah.
Your mind don't even think right. David just was going all backwards with this.
Yeah.
Man, he should have jumped, man. You know, David would have been better off just he just would have been better off telling Uriah, man, you just need to leave the kingdom, bro. Just go somewhere out and take your wife. Just go, man. At least you would have had that blood on your hand. That's what I'm looking at. Like, you done got the man killed. You know what I mean? To take his woman. Anyway, Matthew chapter 5, though. And we're going to pick it up at verse 27, I think. Yeah, 5 and 27.
5 and 27. All right.
I think, verse 31.
All right.
Yeah, 5 and 31.
Okay. It had been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a bill of divorce, a writing of divorce.
So here we go. So, brothers, it has been said. We read where it had been said. But go ahead.
But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced, committeth adultery.
Now, it was one more, though. There was one more in here. I don't know exactly where it is. I don't think it's in Matthew. I think it might be in Mark or so. I might have to find it. Where it was talking about when the woman. Mark 11. All right, yeah, let's go to that one. Yeah, Mark 11. We're going to look at, because the woman, she, this America, too. You know what I mean? So, America, they let these women file for divorce. They didn't have that right back in the days of the Bible. But nowadays, women and men are equal. At least, that's what they try to tell you. Because I ain't never seen no woman playing the NBA. They ain't that equal. I ain't seen it in the NFL either. They ain't that equal. Matter of fact, I ain't never seen a woman run up, start that 100-yard dash in the Olympics with the men either. They not that equal. So what I'm saying, I mean, I know you might be like, but you being facetious. I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like, men and women are not equal. Like, I don't see two women in the ring at 200 plus pounds throwing, exchanging blows. Matter of fact, the greatest woman boxer I ever heard said, I'm not getting in the ring with a little man.
That's right.
Because I'm talking about Layla Ali and Floyd Mayweather. They say, Layla, can you put, and I loved her answer. Do you think you can fight Floyd Mayweather? You know what her answer was? That's a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like almost like, how dare you disrespect? And I know where she coming from. She like, bro, you disrespecting everything right now is what she really saying. But that's a man. That was her response to that. Like, no, I'm not. Like Floyd Mayweather probably would beat the. Layla would never be free.
She got 25 on it.
Yeah. She bigger than him, but that don't matter much. Look, I'm bigger than Floyd. I ain't gonna get in there with him either. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got it, boss. You know what I mean? And I got him by almost 100. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, but at the end of the day, men and women ain't the same. And we go into the Bible and we think it, but really it tells you that the woman was made for the man. The world then gave us this backward system where it should be equal. Now, again, I like to say this, especially since we got sisters in the room. Like, man, y'all be some treacherous kings and watch what happens. You have mutiny on the ship. You force the woman to want to leave. And that be happening. You know what I'm saying? Like if my daughter, if she get married to a man, see, first of all, I'm more invested with my daughter that if she marry a man, we gonna probably know that he ain't violent. That's what we probably gonna know. But maybe we don't. Maybe one day he snap, whatever. Like, yo, I'm gonna be like, baby, talking to my daughter, I'm gonna be like, yo, you ain't about to get no divorce. You ain't about to bring that other Negro in this house. But you come on home if you need to. He can come over here and we can hold, like, he needs some help, whatever. Like, I'm gonna help lead the way. But it ain't gonna be no divorce, though. I got 3 daughters. And I'm still, because once you get handed over to that man by God, hey, man, hey, I can't nullify, I can't get in the way of that. So now I'll let the Lord do that man how he gonna do him. You see Nabal stupidly dead.
That's right.
So I'm saying, I'm not trying to say that a man could just get away with murder because he a man. But what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna be in nobody's house telling them what to do with that. I just let the book stay where it's at. All right? But go ahead, where we at?
Mark 10, verse 11. Well, we'll pick up verse 10.
All right, Mark 10 and where?
Dealing with the same thing, 10 through 12. 12 is where we want to get to.
All right, yeah. Oh, yeah, just 10. You right, you good. Go ahead.
All right. And in the house, his disciples asked him again of the same matter.
And it's the same repeat from Matthew. Go ahead. Matthew 19, that is. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, whosoever shall put away his wife and marry another committeth adultery against her.
Yeah.
And if a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another, she committeth adultery.
It's in the discussion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. Like, you might well so you trying to say a woman could put up. Look, Jesus was walking around there. Pontius Pilate had to give the okay to kill him, not the Levites. So this is somebody else's rules. So I guess Rome, they got a little more liberty for the women. Like, women, if you want a divorce, let me tell you, it ain't even that. I shouldn't say it was more liberty. I already know. I went and investigated. Yes, the women could divorce if they got the money to do so. Wasn't that many women that had the money to do so?
Right, because they're in their man stuff.
Right. They belong. Even then, the women belong to their men. But it was still some women that was high enough or had a couple dollars. However, maybe she was the madam's daughter or something. You know what I mean? Like, whatever the case may be. But I'm saying at the end of the day, that's the only way, because divorce is about, like, as a woman, where you gonna go once you get a divorce?
Right.
We're not talking about 2023 when I got my crib. We talking about. Yep, I know that's for tomorrow. Okay. We talking about way back in the day where 2,000 years ago, where you didn't go buy a house because it was sitting there already. You might have got you some land and you built your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a different world when you read in the Bible. But I'm telling you that this woman had the ability to get a divorce back then, but not many of them did it. I like, when I was reading about it, like, it was not common.
Right.
So for him to just bring it up, I guess he just wanted to cover all the bases. But at the end of the day, even as a woman, if you try to, I don't even know how you hand man a bill of divorcement, but that's adultery too. If a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another, she committed adultery. So either way, brothers and sisters, divorce. Oh, let's look at one more place.
Yeah.
1 Corinthians 7.
Sorry, yeah.
1
I was
Corinthians
sitting
7.
there thinking, I was like, yo.
I forgot. 1 Corinthians 7. And after that, I'm going to pass the mic to you, Hezekiah. And oh, you got another question? Yeah, I don't even know if you're going to get up here, because ain't nobody got no questions online. Like, I don't know if they just watching us and just like in the conversation, because that's what it be sometimes too. Like, he sees some questions, he going to move past that. But ain't no questions online either, so I don't know. But yeah, we'll get to your next question after we hit this 1 Corinthians 7. And here's the thing, man. I don't even care. See, we all dirty. Like, when I say we all dirty, man, like ain't none of us in here married as no virgin. At least I don't think so. Not us grown folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't play that game right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't do nothing right. It ain't even about you. Some of us that have been married 1, 2, 3 times, whatever. It ain't even about you. It's about the kids. It's about creating better for the next generation. It's about them understanding the rules, that if they live by these rules, life will be better for them. Like, just imagine, the conversation we just had about, what's the word we said we want to use now?
Cheer up.
Yeah. Just imagine the conversation we had about cheering up. If it was just a cheering up session between one little boy and one little girl for the rest of their life. Just imagine what that's like. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no competitors. Ain't no, he on cloud 9, she on cloud 9. They don't know no better, no worse, no nothing. This just what it is. And for the little girl, if you come to your mama like, Mama, I don't like it, well, y'all can hold a conversation. And she can help you. She can help you understand what it is that you're supposed to be doing. You ain't got to go and get no experience with nobody else, nor do you got to go watch some movie or some book or nothing crap like that. You got a mama and a dad. They supposed to be schooling the both of you. So that's what it's supposed to be. But 1 Corinthians chapter 7. 1 Corinthians 7. So that's all. Like I said, I know we done dropped the ball big time. You know what I'm saying? We done did everything wrong. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, though, it's not so much about us. But we can't expect our children and the next generation to act right if we still playing by the same old rules. You know what I'm saying? We got to change the rules too. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, and let's pick it up. Just pick it up in verse 1. We just run it on through.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll take the next question.
Now concerning things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
Here we go with these Corinthians again. Yo, these Corinthians, man. I would like to have just spent a little day in their town. Because they seem like they was some wild bunch. They say, look, and concerning what y'all wrote to me, it's good that man don't touch a woman. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
Go ahead.
And let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband.
Right. Ain't no holding out. That's what that's talking about. Because that ain't right. He can't go nowhere else, right? She can't go nowhere else. So then we ain't holding out. You know what I'm saying? We got to cheer one another up. Go ahead.
The wife, that's nice. The wife have not power of her own body, but the husband. And likewise also the husband have not power of his own body, but the wife.
So that's a good thing to understand. Paul telling us this. So brothers and sisters, y'all both can't be acting like y'all got headaches at night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just ain't gonna work. Like, because you setting one or the other up for failure.
That's right.
Go ahead.
5, defraud you. Hit dog holler. Hit dog holler, right?
Look here, man. I ain't trying to be in nobody's room. I really don't care what y'all do in life. I just read you the book, man. And you over here talking about it, bro. Shut up, man. What kind of friend are you, man? He that friend that come making you up early in the morning. Good morning. Like, bro, stop, man. I don't need all that, man.
He already started laughing. Okay, verse 5.
Yeah.
Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer.
So sometimes it's good to say, hey, we about to fast and pray. You don't need to be doing it when you fasting and praying. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just it just don't work. Let's just say that.
Right.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Go ahead.
And come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinence.
Right, and that's what he said, that if you don't come with your husband and wife, y'all don't lie down together, Satan going to come at you one way or the other. You might be thinking, oh, he coming at me because, no, Satan ain't came at me. He ain't brought me no man as a woman. Yeah, but you can't stand your husband now. So either way you look at it, you know what I'm saying? Like we always think so pervertedly. But that ain't the only reason why he said y'all need to make sure y'all come together, in some level of consistency, because there's all kind of ways Satan could play in either party's mind.
Right.
Keep reading.
Verse 6. But I speak this by permission and not of command.
So what you about to say? Nah, this is his opinion. Go ahead.
For I would that all men were even as I myself.
Paul was a eunuch for the gospel's sake. So that's why I say he's speaking for his own self. But he gonna tell you later. Go ahead.
But every man have his proper gift of God.
Right. He's like me. I can do this, but everybody got their own. Everybody can't do what I can do. Go ahead.
One after this manner, and another after that.
Uh-huh.
I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I.
Right. So he's telling y'all something. If you ain't married, or if you're a widow, Paul, in his opinion, said it's probably best for you to stay that way. And you know what? I agree. Here's why I say I agree. Because I ain't seen a marriage yet where it don't be no beef, static, whatever. And at the end of the day, you ain't, as a woman, you ain't got to worry about serving this man. You can just go serve your God. Because that's what it all boiled down to.
Right.
The woman was put here. Now look, when I say that, I'm saying if you unmarried. You know what I mean? Now, hey, now you fall in love, whatever, then you know what like he gonna tell you. All that we gonna see. But I'm saying I understand what Paul is saying. If you ain't, but here's the problem. If you're a virgin, that's a little easier than if you're not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's a little more difficult now because, that urge don't exist if you're a virgin. You don't even know what the urge is. But if you're not. So, that's why I say it's difficult in our life. We're not the same, especially this generation. When I say this generation, our parents didn't do this. Like my mom and daddy was divorced by 10. They split up by 7. They was divorced by 10. That's only because I was going with my daddy to the other side of Detroit. You know what I mean? What I mean by that, I'm saying because I seen him with all the other women. So no kidding, they was getting divorced. You understand? Like this is the world that I lived in. My children don't have to experience that. That's what I'm saying. So you take the information that you get. You might can't apply it for yourself no more. You might be done put to say you passed your prime, but you got children though, and they got children. All right, but where we at?
we at verse 6. No, I'm sorry. Verse 9. But if they cannot contain, let them marry.
Right, but if you can't hold it, then y'all need to get married. Because Paul know better. And Jesus, in the beginning, said it ain't good for man to be alone.
That's right.
That's why I'm ASAP on it. Like, it's a brother, the brother who, now that, I think this is, the brother who, I'm telling the right thing. I'm just saying, I was trying to figure if this is public information yet. Brother just buried his wife about, whenever I was in OKC last, because I did the funeral.
Yeah, that was a couple months ago.
Yeah. Okay, well, he went alone. And he was in love with that woman. You could see it. He was hurt. All that. Then they said, I get a phone call. Hey, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, can you marry me and my new wife? Cause hey. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't good for man to be alone.
Right.
And obviously my uncle did that. I got a lot of uncles, right? My Uncle Ron. So, I do though. Man, look at me, I got a whole uncle team. I named for you. But no, my Uncle Ron, right? This my grandma brother. Soon as his wife died, he went and got her, and they was mad at him. I'm like, what y'all mad at that? The kids was mad. What y'all mad at this man? He don't want to go to bed by himself.
That's right.
You ever thought about that?
You got that right.
He been going to bed with this woman for 20, 30 years. Y'all mad now because he like looking for somebody else to lay in the bed with. Like, and then you think somebody replacing your mama. Ain't nobody replacing your mama. It ain't even like that. She's gone now.
Right.
It's not about replacing her. Like, it's just not. But go ahead, keep reading. Keep reading, man.
Verse 9.
10. Verse 10.
You
You can do 9 again.
But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn.
Go ahead.
And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord.
So now he say, like, this come from the Lord right here. That stuff was his opinion before. Here go the Lord talking. What did he say?
Let not the wife depart from her husband.
See, we can read that in Romans chapter, what's that, 14? Verse 7, right? Romans 7?
Romans 7.
Romans 7, where it
yeah.
said, man, a woman is bound to her husband till
Look,
death.
how he lived.
So Raquel, you want to leave me, kill me. That's how it works.
Mm.
I mean, I'm just saying, you
That's a whole
bound to
nother
death. That's
problem.
what the rules say. Yeah. What you say?
Same thing, because if you got life insurance, that's killing people.
You put out
Oh, Lord.
this he man. You been watching too many of the crime shows. Talk about some life insurance and all that. Oh, so that's why we up the policy, huh? Okay, I get it now.
That's not killing them.
But that's the rule. Meaning, at the end of the day, the Bible saying that a woman is supposed to be with that man till death.
Right.
All right, we ain't gonna do no burning beds though. Go ahead. Yeah, you no. That's my homie, y'all. Go ahead.
All right. Verse
10.
10. And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. Let not the wife depart from her husband.
Yeah.
And if she depart, let her remain unmarried, or be reconciled to her husband.
Man, y'all, that's the rules right there.
Right.
Like, if she depart, she can remain unmarried, or she can reconcile to her husband. This is the rule. Now, and it ain't saying woman depart. It's just saying if she depart. Because she might, I don't know, maybe he was coming home every day just, he was Sugar Ray Leonard every morning. Like, let me get these 3 rounds in, baby, across your forehead. You know what I'm saying? So then maybe she just, I can't take it no more. No, I mean, that be happening though. You know what I'm saying? So then, like me, I'm not finna sit here and tell this woman, keep getting your face dotted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going, truly, I might say, Ira. Ira does not hit his wife. I might say, Ira, at least that's what she say. So I'm gonna say, Ira.
That's what I say too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, as far as I know, so that's the reason I'm picking at him. But I'm saying, Ira, like, bruh, your slim, like, 2 busted eyes, like, what she sunglassed out. Like, we gonna talk about, like, because what we're saying is, when she ready to go, like, we don't want him to be looking like, well, why is she leaving me? Like, dude, what you mean why she leaving you? We told you kept 2 pieces in there every night. So that's why she gone now. But still, though, it does not give her a right to go get another husband.
Or divorce.
What'd you say?
You didn't want to hear that.
See, she be watching too much
once
TV
again.
too. You know what I'm saying? She over there, right? She trying to head people stuff in their head, crazy stuff. So anyway, he say, and unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband.
Right.
But and if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband. Notice that. Go ahead and finish that.
And let not the husband put away his wife.
That's divorce. Just for argument's sake.
Yes.
When I say for argument's sake, like divorce, let not the husband divorce his wife. Let not the husband put away his wife.
Yep.
Go ahead, keep reading.
12. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord.
Right.
If any brother hath a wife.
Now, understand what he's saying. He's giving his strong, educated opinion on the next statement he gonna say. Go ahead.
But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away.
Go ahead.
And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him.
Uh-huh.
For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were their children unclean, but now they are holy.
You know, like how, for example, my auntie, when she was married to Uncle Mike was in the Word. My auntie, my mama's sister, she wasn't. But she was sanctified, like he wasn't doing Christmas in their house. Oh, they got divorced, so she remarried, like, unfortunately. But point I'm getting at is, while they was together, wasn't no Christmas going on. My little cousin Micah, he grew up not celebrating Christmas, not going to church. Neither, what's the other thing? Christmas. Pork. Wasn't no pork in the house.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, even though my aunt did not keep the commandments. As a matter of fact, she still got up on Sunday morning and went to church. But still, my Uncle Mike, and I still call him my Uncle Mike because I'm definitely not going to call the next guy Uncle, because you only get that once in life with me. Real talk. You get married, whoever that first person is, that's Auntie Ro, that's Uncle Mike. That's the same. I'm telling y'all real people. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, the next person is Jan and Lamont. You know, these are real people. They are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna hear me. Now you need to call Jan Auntie Jan. That's all you knew. But I'm just saying, me, like, nah, we don't rock out like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, though, moral of the story is, you ain't supposed to be getting no divorce.
That's right.
And if you with this woman and she's serving God, or if you with this man and he's serving God, then they sanctifying your house. Mm-hmm. So therefore, you know what I'm saying? And you got to think about it. If you love this woman, you saving her.
Yeah, actually.
You know what I'm saying? And you hope to get her with you. Because y'all been together. Same as the other way. And I know couples, brother comes, hey, my wife been up at this church way too many times. Next thing you know, he at church. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with sisters. I know sisters. Yeah. Like my husband, he been hanging out at that church too long. Next thing you know, she in the class. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm saying you never know. And then like Brother Elijah, his sister took her 10 years to get into the word. Took her 10 years. So I'm just saying you don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. So you can't just be putting these women away because they don't want to serve your God like you. Because that's a big thing, like you. Meaning they might still serve your God. They serving you. Think about it. Where we at?
15.
Go ahead.
But if the unbelieving depart, let them depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases.
So my question, and I meant to text Elijah during the week, is what is an unbeliever? But I'm going to tell you what an unbeliever is. An unbeliever is somebody who come up in here and worship with us, teach the same stuff, talk the same talk, and then next thing you know, he started talking about something he seen Jesus on the corner. That's an unbeliever. That one right there is an unbeliever. Now when I say that, I'm saying that because some of us know exactly who I'm actually talking about someone. He done went, I don't know what that happened to that dude brain. That's an unbeliever. But but it ain't for you to be like, oh, well, you know, he don't be keeping the commandments like y'all think. He really ain't a believer. I'm leaving. Like, stop playing. All y'all wicked. See, people play those games though. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, he be faking at home. Like, stop playing. You faking too. Both of y'all faking. Both of y'all put on the mask when y'all walk up in here. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, so I'm saying don't play yourself. That's all I'm getting at. Don't play yourself. What is an unbeliever? Like that, we could say is an unbeliever. You know what I'm saying? And other than that, we get to unbelievers when we get there. I can't say, like, I give you an example. Brother Gary, most of us know him. I wouldn't dare call him an unbeliever. I don't know where Gary at. I ain't seen this dude in 2 years. I'm not gonna call him an unbeliever though. You know, just because he's not here with us. You know what I'm saying? So no. Now on the other hand, the other young man that I'm talking about, that nigga crazy. That nigga crazy. His brain shot. I'm telling you, when I see him, I'll be like, man, you and Jesus eat bread and wine on the corner. Y'all gonna do it at 69 because I'm gonna take a picture. I mean, he done lost his mind. So we can say that to that brother. So I'm just saying, don't play the game of trying to figure out, well, I don't think he's a believer. Because we do that. All right? Just because they ain't serving God like you. But go ahead, keep reading.
All right. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God have called us to peace.
Yep. So at the end of the day, if you are with a man or a woman, and they ain't serving your God and they bounce, we talking this generation. You understand? When you getting into the word, Paul talking to people that's getting converted to the word. When you getting into the word and you find out this man, he tripping and he want to leave you, or this woman, she don't want to stay, then it's like, okay, then Paul is saying, look, we ain't under bondage in that case. But other than that, man, ain't no, and that ain't even the divorce that I would be calling for. I'm gonna be sitting there like, man, especially to these brothers too, women, like I say, my Uncle Mike. Like, I would never push for him. My auntie was supposed to be married to one man forever. That's what I thought. You dig what I'm saying? Like, that's how it worked in my household even. That was how you know what I'm saying? These women, they like, you the first woman in my family that I can think of right now that got more than one husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest with you, because that's not how you know what I'm saying? You just didn't do it. You did. The first dude didn't work out, then you just solo dolo. Like the book said. Really. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know, that's their business, that's their world. I mean, when I say that's their business, I mean, it's public information. But I'm saying, whatever reason Uncle Mike and my auntie got divorced, that's on them. You know, I ain't judging it. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, that ain't biblical. So hopefully that helped clear that up a little bit. Like I said, we dealt with that during the week. Go ahead.
So the only reason a man can divorce his wife is for fornication?
Yes.
So if I divorce her, can I get another wife?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got cheerleaders back there. You get another wife, bro. Of course you can. Bro, you ain't stuck. Go ahead, bro.
And Ezra 10,
Yes.
when they put away their wives,
Yes.
is that because they wasn't supposed to take strange wives of the land? Is that the only reason?
Yeah, I believe so, but we're going to go read it, though. I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, yeah, what he said. I mean, at the end of the day, these folks it's going to tell you, I'd rather read it. I'd rather read it. Because it's going to kind of tell you why they doing
There's
it.
a lot more to it, yeah. Mm-hmm. They trying to really sanctify themselves for the Lord, man. And that's tough, too.
Yeah.
When they did that, yeah.
Ezra 10, that's what we said it was at. Let me see how much of this we want to read. I know it's not at the beginning.
Verse 3 starts.
Yeah, I see it at 14 too, huh? What you say, start at 3? Go ahead, start at 3.
All right.
We in Ezra 10 and 3. So here's the thing. In the book of Ezra, these priests was told, and again, these priests was told to put away their wives. Priests played by a whole different law.
Right. Levitical.
When you go back into see, that's what I'm saying. We ain't even under Levitical priesthood. We ain't got nobody we holding up under that. We ain't got nobody we coming to like we coming to God. We was coming to these priests like we was coming to God. All right. So go ahead, start reading that. What's that? Verse 3.
Chapter 10 and verse 3.
Verse 3.
Verse 2.
Verse 2. All right, go ahead. Verse 2.
Peace, everybody, peace. Peace, James.
Beast. All right. You said verse 2 again?
Yeah, verse 2.
All right. And Shechaniah, the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of
Then after this, we're
Elam,
gonna close out.
answered.
Meaning, when I say that, we're gonna close out, and then if y'all got more questions, we can keep rocking. But just because I think the Sabbath is in, and I like to close this out. I wish we could have got it before him. I didn't know we was rolling so long. But it's
Yeah.
cool though. But go ahead.
Answered and said unto Ezra, we have trespassed against our God, and have taken strange wives of the people of the land. Yet
Notice
now,
what happened off the rip. He said, we done trespassed against our God. And what you mean they trespassed against their God? Because they the priests. They had specific rules
That's
about
right.
who they could marry.
that's right.
But keep reading.
Yet now there is hope in Israel concerning this thing. Now therefore, let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives and such as are born of them, according to the counsel of my Lord, and of those that tremble at the commandment of our God. And let it be done according to the law.
Uh-huh.
Arise, for this matter belongeth unto thee. We also will be with thee. Be of good cheer, and do it. Then arose Ezra and made the chief priests and Levites and all Israel to swear that they should do according to this word, and they swear. And then Ezra rose up from before the house of God and went into the chamber of Johanan, the son of Eliashib.
All right, let's jump. Let's skip over to verse 9. Yeah.
Then all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered themselves together unto Jerusalem within 3 days. And it was the 9th month, on the 20th day of the month. And all the people sat in the street of the house of God, trembling because of this matter, for the great rain. And Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, Ye have transgressed, and have taken strange wives, to increase the trespass of Israel.
Nah, notice what's going on. So again, and we're gonna read one more after we read this. We're gonna go read Leviticus 20. I need to make sure we put that on the table so we can understand these men was different. But he said, Ezra the priest stood up and said, Ye have transgressed and have taken, why my Bible say foreign wives, strange wives, to increase the trespass of Israel. Now therefore make confessions unto the Lord God of your fathers, and do his pleasure, and separate yourselves from the people of the land and from the strange wives. Then all the congregation answered and said with a loud voice, As thou hast said, so must we do. Go ahead.
But the people were many, and it is a time of much rain, and we are not able to stand without, neither is this a work of 1 day or 2. For we are many that have transgressed in this thing. Let now our rulers of all the congregation stand, and let all them which have taken strange wives in our cities come at appointed times, and with them the elders of the city, of every city, and judges thereof, until the fierce wrath of our God for this matter be turned from us.
Like, understand what's going on. They're going through a whole lot just to put somebody away. That's telling you this ain't what normally gets to happen.
Right.
Keep reading.
Right. Verse 15. Then Jonathan, the son of Asaiah.
I ain't gonna make you do that. Verse 16.
All right. And the children of the captivity did so. And Ezra the priest, with certain chief of the fathers after the house of their fathers, and all of them by their names were separated, and sat down in the first day of the 10th month to examine the matter. And they made an end with all the men that had taken strange wives by the first day of the first month.
All right, that's good. That's good.
It took time for them to do that. So
Yeah.
it went from the 10th month into the first.
All right, so let's go look at one more thing before we done with this. Let's go to Leviticus 20. Just so we could put it on the table so we could understand, like, these women, these men, they didn't marry like everybody else.
Yeah.
So they different. So different rules can apply. Leviticus chapter 20, right? Ain't that what we're supposed to read? Or is it 18? Might be 18. Hold on. Might be
Leviticus?
21. Is it 21? 18? I don't know. It's one of them. Let's see. I think it's in here more than one.
Yeah. 21.
21? Okay.
Yeah, 21.
Leviticus 21. Pick it up at verse 1.
All right. And the Lord said unto Moses, Speak unto the priest, the son of Aaron, and say unto them, There shall none be defiled for the dead among his people, but for his kin that is near unto him, that is for his mother, and for his father, and for his son, and for his daughter, and for his brother, and for his sister, a virgin, that is nigh unto him, which have had no husband. For her may he be defiled. But he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, to profane himself. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
Go ahead.
They shall be holy unto their God, and not profane the name of their God. For the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and the bread of their God they do offer. Therefore they shall be holy.
Go ahead. Talking about the priest. Go ahead.
They shall not take a wife that is a whore,
Right. So first of all, she got to be a virgin. Go ahead.
or profane.
Mm-hmm.
Neither shall they take a woman put away from her husband, for he is holy unto his God.
So like if she done been put away, can't take her either. Go ahead.
Thou shalt sanctify him therefore, for he offereth the bread of thy God. He shall be holy unto thee. For I, the Lord, which sanctify you, am holy.
Go ahead.
The daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father, she shall be burnt with fire.
Oh,
It ain't so many times you get burnt in the Bible, but she did, and he is the high priest among. Yeah. So that's good. So I mean, we could keep reading it.
The high priest is really
Yeah, the high priest go
priest
even
is
deeper.
really
Yeah, he can't
separate.
take. It's saying he should take a verse 13. It's like he should take a wife in her virginity, a widow, a divorced woman, or a profane or a harlot. These shall he not take, but he should take a virgin of his own people. So like she had to be a Levite too.
Yeah,
So,
he can't even go.
but
so
at the end of the
far.
day, to answer your question, yeah, it's because they was priests.
They were priests. Yeah.
And these strange women, they weren't supposed to be dealing with them. And so he said, yeah. And then you seen all the extra that it took to cause that divorce to even happen, or putting them away to even happen. And what I wanted to mention is, and so what happened to these women? They probably didn't lay down with nobody after that. You know what I mean? Like, cause what it look like, y'all got a whole heap of ex-preacher wives. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they just out in the midst of everybody. Just, yeah, that ain't gonna look too good.
You
So
can
they
go-
probably didn't lay with nobody.
You can go back and look in Nehemiah 13, and it goes off that too.
They had to put the kids away, and they had with them too.
Yeah. No, right?
But they was allowed. I think the Lord said it was allowed in their fourth generation or something like that, not to just be separated off. But it was real.
Man,
It's real strict.
The moral of the story is, leave the strange women alone. That's the moral of the story.
The Hittite king was,
Huh?
because I've been looking on the map, trying to find where the Hittites was when they left out of Egypt. You know how the Hittites was one of the people that
Yeah.
they were supposed to get rid of.
Yeah.
But when I look up the Hittite kingdom, it's like up in Turkey.
But who telling you that?
Yeah, you got.
I've just been looking at
Yeah, we're
maps.
giving it information.
Yeah, because I thought the Hittite, because first of all, the Hittites is him.
The Africans.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be in Turkey.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's all like, they might be telling you wrong. I got one of them too. Yeah, I'm just telling you, like, you got to, all the last 2 million years, you go, that book right there tell you that, it tell you some wrong stuff in the first 6 chapters. You know what I mean? Because they got that history wrong. It tell you all kind of stupid stuff, like Chinese people come from and where we come from, all kind of dumb stuff. They believe in cavemen, all that. You know what I mean? So, but the history part's still good. So same with that, man. Like eating fish. You know what I
gotta
mean?
watch it.
But I'm gonna get with you on that Hittite, because I've been studying that a little bit lately. So we gonna chop it up.
Not yet, Sammy.
Close us out.
All right.
Oh, you want to close us out, Samuel?
Come on, Sam, you closing us out? All right, then.
Said no,
go.
not yet. Our Father who art in heaven,
our Father who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread,
Give us this day our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts
and forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
In Jesus' mighty name,
In Jesus' mighty name.
amen.